Hey, it's me, Seth Perler, and today I'm going to talk about the fires in Los Angeles. I'll talk a little bit about executive function, but from the bottom of my heart, to all my friends, family, colleagues, and anybody who I know in Los Angeles, and I can't stop thinking about what's going on. I have no words for this, and I have no words, and then I have words. I have a few things that I wanted to say. So, I have 7 ideas here that I want to convey. Usually, when I make videos here, I try to kind of rush through it. And today, I just want to take my time and really speak from the heart on these points. First of all, I want to say about Los Angeles and LA and all the people there. I love Los Angeles. It's a very special place. And I want you to know, for those of you that are there, anywhere around there, around any of the fires in that area that are impacted by this, we see you, meaning that worldwide people see you, we hear you, and many of us feel powerless that we can't do more to help and are doing anything and everything we can. And want to know how we can be helpful. So, LA, we see you and we love you. And about my love for LA, I do want to say this. Having lived there, it is one of my favorite places in the world, probably one of my top 4 or 5 places in the world. And the impact that it's this very special, it's a very misunderstood place, but it's this very special hub of creativity and the impact that so many people and creative people and things that have happened in that area, the impact that that's had on the world. There's been so many world changing and culture changing things, so many things that have come out of there that have changed the world for the better. And that's one of the things that I love about it, is I always feel that there. So I just wanted to mention that. So anyhow, we love you, LA, and we see you, and it's a very special place. Number 2, I and we wish you healing and compassion during this tragic, difficult time. When I was 17, I caught my house on fire, and the top half of it burned down. We had to live in a hotel for a few months, and it was tragic. And I have so much compassion for what people are going through. And so many of us have been through some sort of tragedy, and we feel you. That this is, it's the gravity is really difficult to wrap our heads around. But my fire made decisions for me in my life, and it was literally life changing. And I know that for a lot of you, it's going to be life changing. And we wish you healing and so much compassion. One thing that happened from my fire was that it decluttered my life in the most painful way. So I talk about decluttering a lot. Well, this was not a good type of decluttering. Yes, you can replace things. And the most important thing is getting out safe and being able to continue rebuilding a great life. But there are things, stuff, we say that the stuff is not important. There are things and stuff that is important. There are sentimental things. And that for me, I had a lot of grief around that. So I want to share that concept with you and wishing you healing, that those things, the stuff, the physical stuff, I feel like a lot of things have an energy, if you will. And for sentimental things that matter to me, I can never look at my childhood pictures again that I drew, or poems, or things that I wrote, or things that I created or built, or all these things from my childhood. I was 17, and it was all vaporized like that, and that is very painful. And I wish you healing through this, and not to minimize the impact of stuff. While people are going to say, "Oh, it's just stuff," some stuff matters. It has meaning to us, and not to minimize that. Another thing that I want to mention is that, I was in Maui during the fires, and in Colorado during fires. I've been evacuated from both, and it's terrifying. And Los Angeles and California, we got so much support from you, from people there. When I was going through those things, I couldn't believe the outpouring of support in general, but definitely so much support from you. And I want you to know that support from Maui and Colorado and so many other places as I said earlier, we are here. We see you. We are here for you, whatever we can do. I hope you know that. I don't know if that's helpful or not, but next, number 4, I want to thank the firefighters and anyone and everyone, therapists, people who are taking care of animals and pets, and taking care of wild animals that have been harmed. And I want to thank anyone and everyone that is out there being of service, generously, being kind and helpful to others. Thank you all. And number 5, there's a lot of politics going on and blame going on, and everybody wants to point the finger, and not everybody. I am not concerned about that right now. This is not the time for that stuff. This is a time to come together. This is a time to assume positive intent and be supportive and loving and kind and focus on getting people through this difficult time, to start the rebuilding process, taking care of people's mental health, supporting people, and supporting, as I work with kids, supporting kids and how this is impacting them, not blaming, not setting those sorts of examples for our kids. Setting the example of this is what we do when people are in trouble. We love them. Next, if I can do anything with my followers, my lists, my Facebook groups, my groups for my blog or Instagram or any of those things, let me know. I will do what I can. 2 more things. I wanted to talk next about the impact of this event on executive function, or look at it sort of through an executive function coach perspective. I think there's some value there. One thing is that emotional regulation has everything to do with executive function, and the grief that people are going through. This is a process of acceptance, a very long process of acceptance. This is a time when, as far as emotional regulation, there's a lot of dysregulation. And if there's anything good about this, this is a phenomenal opportunity to model for kids and to practice and to work with kids to build ways to process this. You know, we talk so much about grades and school and this and that, and we don't talk about teaching kids about their emotions and giving people the time and the space that they need to feel their feelings, the value of being able to describe our feelings, the value of being able to describe the body sensations that accompany our feelings and our thoughts about things. Now, going deep into that is beyond the scope of this video, but I do want to mention this is an opportunity to model for kids how to give people the time and space to feel, how to not invalidate feelings and say, oh, everything will be okay, oh, blah, blah, and to allow people to feel and to describe feelings, to speak about them, to experience them, the sensations in the body, to be able to learn to process feelings. Number 2 with executive function has to do with decision makings. And as I said before, the fire, my house fire, made a lot of decisions for me. And part of executive function is decision making. And when we are dysregulated like this, our priorities can get cloudy. And what I want to mention with decision making and prioritization in terms of the brain and that stuff getting cloudy is my encouragement to focus on one thing: mental health and self-care. Those are mental health and self-care, I think, is the most important thing first right now. So as far as decision-making priorities, just to keep it simple, that's the priority right now. Number 3 with executive function is planning. Executive function helps us to plan. And this is a time when we go through something like this, that there's this long process of rebuilding, which requires a lot of executive function planning skills. And if anything, there's an opportunity to really intentionally, mindfully rebuild and recreate and help our kids build, because this is a life-changing experience. How do we help them build and rebuild? And since this is changing the course of their lives, to really help them more intentionally go in the direction that serves them in their communities and their life of service best. Number 4 is future thinking. Executive function has everything to do with future thinking and how we perceive the future, how we do or don't realistically contemplate the future. And it is really hard to contemplate the impacts that this is going to have on the futures of the families who are impacted by this. Again, it's literally changing the course of people's lives. It's also going to impact definitely the economy of the state and the economy of our country, and probably the world economy. So this is going to have really big impacts if we think about the future. And I say this because we need to prep our kids for this realistically. It's going to impact politics. It's going to impact insurance companies and what insurance companies are going to deny or take responsibility for. Not only home insurance and things like that, but obviously health insurance and what people are going to be going through, and the mess that the United States has around things like that. So as far as future thinking, we can really think through how these things will play out and hopefully create a better world for our kids as a result. And then as far as future thinking, the last thing I want to say is climate change. It is astounding to me that there are climate deniers. I have no interest in changing them. What I do have an interest in is people who care about kids, who understand the impact of our human decisions on Mother Earth, our mother, who provides us with every single thing. This planet provides us with anything and everything we have, to treat it like a mother, to revere it, honor it, value it, protect it, care for it. So anything we can do with future thinking in terms of taking more seriously our climate. And that is one of the most sad things in my life, that I continue to see a world that we are leaving for kids with the problems we created and not modeling how to live in the solution. I have a lot of existential pain about that, let's just say. And my last note for you today of all, this does not have to do with executive function. I just want to wish you a little bit of peace of mind during this tragic time and healing. Again, it's me, Seth Perler. With all the love, I wish you the very best. I want to wish you a little bit of peace of mind and connection with the people you care about, and prioritizing what's most important in your life during this time.